Okay, man. Shit. My bad. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I know my shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
Let me get the link out.
Teamwork make the dream.
Of course.
A lot of you niggas ain't never seen.
Let's get the link out real quick. Give people time to get in here.
Each had 17 for a green shirt. Growing up, I used to sing in church. But when my homies started fighting, I would try to intervene first. A lot of people try to bring dirt, but if every nigga in your clique is rich and clique is rugged, can't be falling out over hoes.
Oh, we in here tonight, man. We in here. If I can get this shit to work, right? What's up, Miss D? What is up? Here we go.
Get them in by the truckload. That's why it's hard for me to trust folks.
I know folk be acting like they confused.
He said at 16,
Give people time to get in here.
If you must know. But keep that on the hush though, and don't be in the club making it rain on these slut hoes. I said why? He said well we.
Let me know if y'all can hear me and y'all can see me. Y'all already know what it is.
So shout out to the niggas that I
let me know what the sound like.
I never call you by your government. We hold the covenant from back when I was thugging it. At the end of trap, trying to pay my mother's.
We about to talk about some real shit tonight. We're gonna talk about this motherfucking State of the Union. I know everybody ain't watching. We're gonna deal with it.
But I still got expedited for some charges down the Stoughton. Cause I had a girl who went to school in Georgia Southern. Never laid up, so she knew that I was.
Okay, I'm almost done with sharing shit.
We
gonna get in.
Even though we not together, don't let them hoes get to you. They sour like Amaretta. Cause me and you know that.
I got all these pages. Y'all look in the description box. Fuck with me everywhere. Fuck with me, y'all. Y'all never know when they gonna shut down my damn page anyway. You never know when that's gonna happen. So fuck with me. Hold on, one more page, y'all. Bear with me. All right, so ain't nobody got no excuse. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. All right. Yeah, welcome to I can't say your name. Start with a K, got an X in there. I don't know what's going on, but what's up, y'all? Mad love to you for being here with me. What's up? Everybody, what's up? What did I do? Okay, it's right here. So, y'all, let's get into this shit, right? How many people... Well, first, let me say, y'all be sure. I'm going to start saying this before every show. Let me go ahead and deal with this and say, Robert, you a nigger. Already. Okay? Y'all stop typing for a minute so I can block this motherfucker. Stop typing. Just stop for a second. Let's take a moment of silence. Because y'all typing this shit just... like, let me deal with this motherfucker real quick. So we can get that done. I'm sure he'll probably make another account, come back in here with some bullshit. But y'all, in the description box is my links to follow me, whether it be Snapchat, Instagram, my other Facebook page. Y'all, I still got mad slots on my other Facebook page, my backup Facebook. Y'all know they suspended me from my other one. So y'all be sure to follow me on there. Follow me on my second Facebook page for when they go down. If they knock down my other shit, that way they got, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got my Twitter, you got my Snapchat, you got my Instagram. It's all in there. So fuck with me everywhere first. All right. How many of y'all watched Obama's State of the Union address last night? How many of y'all watched? I know a lot of people ain't really, especially, you know, people ain't really trying to sit through and watch that bullshit. And I didn't watch it last night. But I did actually go back and watch it today. I actually listened to it 1.5 times exactly. So y'all saw it. Okay. People who support Obama are, of course, going to agree with the things that he said. Y'all, look, you didn't miss anything. If you've seen any State of the Union address for 5 minutes, you've seen all of them. It's the same, like, it's the exact same shit. If you've seen one ever for 5 minutes, you saw all of them. So it was okay. So it's all good. But we're going to talk about exactly what he talked about that was some real shit and you know what was some bullshit. I mean, well, okay. That's not even, that don't even make sense. The entire thing was bullshit. But, you know, he said about one thing in there. There's the only thing that I can agree with. We'll talk about that in a second. Don't nobody, I see y'all talking about y'all don't fuck with Obama. All right. Don't nobody fuck with him. But apparently, whenever I say something, somebody come out to support Obama all the time, cussing me out, being mad, talking about what he's trying to do, talking about Congress. You know how motherfuckers is. What's up, Dante? You know how motherfuckers is. They come up with every excuse in the world. Like they called Obama and talked to this nigga. Like people crazy. Even with Obama getting Kendrick Lamar came to the White House the other day. Crazy. People loving that shit. But I don't fall for the shit. I don't fall for, you know, I don't fall for nothing. I mean, I really don't. What's up, Miss Original? What is up? I don't fall for the shit. So I listen to Obama give his same usual speech. If you listen to one Obama speech, you've listened to them all. He's talking about progress. He's talking about change. He's talking about, you know, he's talking about all this same thing that everybody else be saying. Every president. But he ain't talking about nothing for black folk. And I want y'all to understand that first. Before we even get into the whole situation. Understand, when he's talking about progress and all that shit, he's not talking about for black people as black people. Black people will have to change into becoming something else to be included in this progress. Because the progress this motherfucker was talking about, we're making and we have made and all this shit, I don't see the shit. Right? I don't see it. I don't know about y'all, but I don't see it. Black people can't, I'm not going to call you a coon, dog. Calm down. You can like Obama. I didn't say people can, you know, you can like Obama. It's all right. It's all good. But I would want to know what you did like about him, or, you know, what I guess, what has he done to convince you that you should like him? I don't know how people just talk like that. They like somebody they never met or talked to or anything. But I listen to Obama go through, run his mouth about progress. Now, one of the major things that he talked about last night, because he had his 4 points or whatever, you know, how he set it up. He talked about the economy. Of course, they're always talking about the economy. They've been talking about the economy since the very first State of the Union. And in every fucking State of the Union address, the rich getting richer, the poor getting poor. They talk about the economy every single time. And the one thing that I hate more than any motherfucking thing is that the people that are there at the State of the Union address, the people in the suits and all this shit, the amount of clapping they do. Because I feel like that's how we are as a society. Like, I feel like that mirrors society. I feel like it mirrors, like everything he said. I feel like this is people. This is how people are. Constantly. For black people, not for black people, for president and entertainers alike. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's agreeing with whatever bullshit they're talking about. And people wasn't even understanding what exactly he was saying. He was just clapping. They were clapping for more promises from Obama. More good talk from Obama. And there's nothing wrong with good talk. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's just talk, though. One heavy thing he said, and I'm going to tell y'all, and this is some crazy shit. He said that he wanted to cure cancer. That's what he wants to be the mission. Cure cancer and HIV, shit like that. He was talking about all that shit. He wanted to cure or make it a mission for his administration to push to cure cancer. I got mad a little bit. And I'm going to tell y'all why I got mad. I got mad because they know what to fucking do. You see, they know what to do. But they pretend that they don't know. Like, it's just, Oh my God, like we don't know. Like they know what to fucking do about cancer. Not only to prevent, one, we got to get to preventative first. Well, a lot of these companies have to change how they make stuff, one, for it to be preventative. They ain't want to do that though. See, I feel like Obama just coming out here getting people excited. I feel like he's just saying shit. Didn't talk about black folk at all. Didn't say anything about black people in any type of way. He hasn't addressed black people at all. In any type of way. Not going to address black people at all. Black people will continue to have to push things forward on a grassroots level, never getting help from a president. Understand that. People was mad at Obama last night for not saying anything about Black Lives Matter, police brutality, without making it real specific as to who is being targeted. Right? He didn't make it specific at all. No president is going to do that for us. We have to understand that. No president is going to do that for us at all. None of them. I don't give a damn black or half black. They get a whole black in here. Democrat, Republican, whoever. Bernie Sanders, y'all acting like he love black folk. Nobody's going to get out here as president and speak for black people as anything but being a problem. Obama has came out and addressed black people as a problem. And actually, I remember him calling us thugs. And at one point, he called us deadbeat dads, too. So we won't be addressed positively. We won't be addressed like that specifically. We'll only be called out. We'll only be mentioned negatively. Period. Will only be mentioned, period. Miss Original says, I love Obama, but he hasn't done anything because they wouldn't allow him to be president. What does that mean? When I see riddles like that, I want people to explain to me they won't allow him to be president. What did he sign up for? You see what I'm saying? You can't separate him and them. I don't like when people do that. I mean, I understand the difference between puppet and puppet master, but you can't. If the puppet walks up there knowingly and sets himself up on the strings, then I can't have mercy or sympathy for him. Obama knew what it was. Obama knew what it was. I don't have sympathy. Oh, stuff say you think he's a good guy? You feel Obama's a good guy. When y'all say stuff like this, it's almost like y'all don't talk to him. I think that's really odd. It's very, very odd. But if you're going to say Obama can't do what he wants, then how the hell does he sign executive orders into legislation? You see, how does he do that if he can't do shit? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what people say when they say shit like that. I want to hear somebody who actually believes and supports. I want to hear some points that you have to make or see. I read them out. You know how we do. I want to see what is it that you love. Notice the word now. Notice the verbiage that we use. What is it that you love? You say you love Obama, then why? Tell me why. Tell me why. Oh, Stuffman wants to educate me and tell me that an executive order can be struck down by the court. So fucking what? An executive order has to be signed by a president first. Very simple. Has to be signed by the president first. Now, you still haven't told me what executive orders has Obama signed into legislation that would show that he actually gives a fuck about black people or the African American, if you want to be technical, if y'all want to call yourself, whatever you want to call yourself, what has he signed into legislation that would show that him being black even mattered? What has he done? Y'all tell me. I'll wait for a second. I'm sitting here right being black anyway. Y'all tell me, what has he done that would make his blackness matter other than being an image? What else? Black Cloud Boss says, please stop pretending you understand on how the political system process works, the president isn't a dictator. But does he not sign executive orders, sir? Does he not sign executive orders? What was the last executive orders he signed, Black Cloud Boss? Since you know how the process works, since apparently I'm talking crazy and I don't know shit, why don't you tell me what was the last executive order he signed? And does not, when you sign an executive order, does not go over past Congress? Oh, Stubman says he has not signed any executive orders because the president only has a limited amount of powers in terms of executive orders. That's bullshit. That's not true. Y'all are bullshit. Are y'all serious? Obama hasn't signed any executive orders? What the fuck are y'all even? I'm going to ignore y'all now. I don't even respect y'all now. I don't even respect y'all because y'all talking crazy. Let me go read some other comments. Anybody that say he hasn't signed any executive orders and you got a computer right there, if you're there, you can just go look it up. You can just go look it up. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Obama has signed in his whole 8 years now. Y'all are telling me he doesn't have the power to sign the executive order? What in the fuck are y'all talking about? Put me up on game. Put me up on game. Y'all tell me. The people that's talking about he hasn't signed executive orders, I'm going to ignore y'all now. I'm done with y'all. I thought we was having a real conversation. Yeah, I'm going to ignore people because apparently people just came in here. Thank you, No More Lies. Thank you. No More Lies says NDAA Patriot Act. Something I made a video about that years ago. What in the hell? Why would somebody tell me I don't understand how the political process works and then say he doesn't have the power to sign executive orders and then don't know that he signed plenty of executive orders? Come on now, y'all. Come on now. That one Mexican guy, hold on. Let me see something he done said before y'all want me to block somebody. I don't know what he said. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you, Irene. Thank you. Some of y'all don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now. And to come on here and come at me, Irene says, President Obama has signed 184 orders so far. And I believe that because it was 183. Well, the blue shit, they put him up. He was in the 180s then he did the shit with the guns. And, you know, he up there in the 180s. But y'all say he ain't did nothing. Wow. That's interesting. Baby Boy Detroit says, why are black people waiting for any president to do something for black people? Do something for your damn self. Damn, Baby Boy Detroit. You know, when somebody's saying that Obama should at least address issues that are happening in the black community, that doesn't mean he wants somebody to do something for black people. Now, fact of the matter is, if you look at throughout history, black people have done everything for this country, and we've been giving nothing. We've been given nothing exclusively. Everybody else has, though. So when people come out and speak against their own people, one, I didn't say anything about, you know, president doing anything for black people, but you can address the issues that are going on. You can address police brutality, or I don't know, how can we do that for our damn self? We try to do it for ourselves. We get called terrorists. We get called racist. Why wouldn't a black, supposedly black president say, well, they are kind of targeting unarmed black people? This has been a problem for a very long fucking time. See, I don't like when people always act like black people are acting like, or act like black people are always asking for handouts. We can't even talk about anything without somebody else black, Baby Boy Detroit, coming out talking about do something for your damn self. Like, I don't get up every morning, like most of the people right here that's on this fucking blog or that's on this show right now, don't get up and go to work for themselves. Working hard as hell trying to pay their bills for themselves. So just asking that the president address issues isn't black people asking for crumbs. Black people are owed reparations, something that's never talked about, but fine. You can't even say that. Everybody else got them. They're not called beggars. They're not looked at as less than. They built businesses with the bread and everything. They're not looked at negatively, though. Black people say anything. Oh, y'all lazy. Y'all didn't do something for yourself. And this is from your own people that you'll get this. From your own. I don't give a fuck what Obama does. He could have, at some point in his presidency mentioned black people for more than they thugs and black men take care of your children. He could have said more than that. There's a lot more going on out here, in my opinion. I'm just saying. I know that some people don't do shit, but that's not exclusive to black people, though. You see what I'm saying? You made it. Some people don't do shit. You know that. I do know that. But you made it exclusive to black people, though. Why? Why treat your own people like that? I'm not blaming Obama for white supremacy. White supremacy been here before Obama was even born, before I was born, before you was born. Black Cloud Boss, you just saying dumb shit right now, bro. Bring yourself back. First, you said Obama didn't have the power to sign executive orders. That was wrong. He's signed over 180. Now you're saying I'm blaming Obama for white supremacy. At what point did I fucking say that? Come on now. Come on now. Y'all keep up with me, man. Keep up with me right now, man. Exactly, Kelly Harris. Exactly. Every other people has gotten reparations but black. And that's not even just Americans. We've given other countries. Obama gave Jewish people this year, he gave them $12 million more. Obama did that. Obama did that. You didn't say that. I'm gonna give you one more chance, dog. I'm gonna give you one more chance, Black Cloud Boss. I about blocked your ass just now. But I'm gonna give you one more chance. At least say something that makes sense or something that's relevant. Because if you're gonna say that I didn't read the comment saying that I'm blaming Obama for white supremacy, right now I feel like you're talking fucking stupid. Right now, that's how I feel about you, bro. Miss Original says, for example, they call Obama to speak for everything else except Black Lives Matter. But I totally agree with you. Like, he's not gonna speak on Black Lives Matter, yo. He's not gonna speak on Black lives at all. Again, he's not the type of, I mean, none of the presidents will be, but remember when they was rioting and shit? Now, he's not going to say why they're rioting. That won't really be something that they make an issue out of, but he'll call them thugs for rioting, you see. That's what it is. Voice of Reason, Robert, we can't wake sleep Negroes up if Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice didn't do it. Hold on for a second. Robert, we can't wake sleep Negroes up. If Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice didn't do it, then nothing will. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking that, man. At this point, I'm thinking that it doesn't matter what happens. It has to be someone that they're close to. I think black people have to lose or something. They got to get their nigga wake-up call. They have to either have to get that or lose somebody in their families for them to understand what's going on. And I hate that it has to be like that. I feel like they would have to start, lining black people up and shooting them in the fucking head in the street before we understand exactly what's going on. Bree Nee says even the Syrian refugees are receiving government benefits that our tax dollars are paying for, but most of us would be denied if we really need them. Absolutely. Take your ass up. Take your working ass up and try to get you some food stamps or something. Take your ass up there. They might give your ass $30. You and your babies. But Israel gets bread from us. Billions of dollars goes to Israel. So I mean, we put our money into other countries and shit, and then we'll act like we can't do shit over here. You know what I'm saying? We can't do anything over here for the people that's actually here, for the people that's hungry here. One thing that Obama talked about last night, and the only thing that he said that I agree with. The only thing he said that I agree with was the fact that it's not welfare recipients' fault that the economic situation is what it is. It's not their fault. That's the only thing he said I agree with, because I've been saying that for years. We look at welfare recipients and blame them, the downfall of economy, on them. And most of y'all think it's all black folk. Crazy. White folk will do it too. White folk believe that most black people are on welfare. Right? Black people make up the majority of people on welfare. There were even white folk that will sit around and say that welfare is for black people specifically. I I would argue that if welfare ever becomes just for black people, there won't be no more welfare. Simple. Won't be no more of it. But Obama said welfare is not, welfare recipients aren't responsible for anything that's going on in this economy. We always blame them. We always do. Anybody, working class people, we pay tax dollars, we always talking shit. Or they lazy, they're taking out tax dollars. Y'all mad at the wrong people. I've been saying that for the longest. Know thy enemy. It's not welfare recipients. Now, they may be ignorant, some of them. A lot of them ignorant. Do dumb shit with the welfare shit. Like, I've heard of chicks buying weed. They got weed. Now you can get it with the EBT cards. Even outside of all that stupid shit. Even outside of it, selling them for money, cash money to go to get drugs. I've heard of white people doing that for the crystal meth. Yeah, hard drugs. They doing that shit with it too, right? Even outside of that, welfare recipients, they aren't the ones causing the problems. We just too stupid. What they've successfully done is take poor people and turn them against poorer people. That's what they've done. That's what they got us looking at. And Obama addressed that. That's the only thing that he said that I fuck with. Because again, for years I've been telling people, it's not welfare recipients. Y'all mad at the wrong people. It's the rich that are laughing at you, cussing out the welfare recipients. Well, if you look at what they spend in defense, which is something else Obama talked about last night, defense budget could be cut, but then he turns around and talks about how he wants to dedicate so much time to chasing down terrorists. I'm like, how the fuck you talking about the military and need to be cut back some, and then you turn around and say you want to dedicate all this time to chasing down terrorists, and then brag about how he fucked up Osama. He bragged about how he fucked up Osama, yo. Like, ask Osama what happened to motherfuckers. He didn't do all that, all right? But it was basically ask Osama what we do to motherfuckers around these parts, cuz that's basically how he did it. Oh, guess you can't ask him. I killed that motherfucker. It was one of those situations. Like, he did that shit. He did that. When I believe Osama bin Laden was already an operative for the American government. I feel like that. So I calmed all the way down for my little conspiracy shit, you know. Christy Williams says, and that deficit, that ain't our problem either. You goddamn right it ain't. I get tired of even saying the word deficit. I get tired of hearing it. I heard Obama say last night, we shaved the deficit by. I'm like, well, nigga, I don't give. I can't say we don't, because there are people that get caught up. There are people that get caught up with the rhetoric. They get caught up in, you know, in all the words that they're saying. So they may feel like the deficit is important. Well, this country's going down, the deficit is, and then it may turn into a crisis, and people actually buy into that because that's the energy they put into it. But the deficit, that ain't got nothing to do with us. And I don't even know if we realize it or not. When you see when any type of fighter pilot jets, tanks, guns, all this technology is being used on defense, that's where most of our money goes. Having our soldiers, which Obama quoted is the best fighting force in the world. And I wouldn't argue against it. Oh, America is the Broad Street bully. Will go take whatever from wherever, whoever, raping women. He talked about how many drone strikes done killed terrorists. He didn't mention how many other innocent people those drone strikes killed. He didn't mention that. Didn't talk about the women and children and the innocent people that are killed by those drones. Everybody. The fact that we're paying for drone strikes to blow up people who live in fucking, you know, huts and shit, you know, in these countries that don't really have much. This is what happens. We spend money on that. We bomb a drone strike as we celebrate drone striking innocent people. And then we don't know how terrorists are made. Why would anybody have a problem with America? See, when I see them talk about terrorists, I'm always like, I want to talk to the terrorists. Like, I want to see what their problem is with America. What did they do? Did they blow up a fucking village? Did they fucking murder a village of people to run a fucking oil pipe or for oil? Like, what did America do? I want to hear these quote unquote terrorists, and we don't really ever get to hear, right? We never really get to hear their side. We just know they terrorists and did some wild shit. They dead. Like, that's all we really know. I don't want to hear their side. What's your problem with America? Because me and a terrorist might have some of the same issues. Right? People don't understand that though. Because we so programmed to be against terrorists, we don't even know what they mad about. Obama did show love for the Muslims. I know somebody says Obama is a puppet, bro. I don't need the education. I'm good. That much I know. I know Obama's a puppet. Robert, I need to clarify my earlier no executive orders remark. I meant that Obama signed no executive orders that were productive because they would have been struck down by the court. That's an assumption that you're making. You clarified by saying something that was more bullshit. How do you know it would have been struck down by the court? Now, I mean, I'm sure it would have. But how do you know? It's almost like you say, well, I know Obama's intentions in his heart. Oh my God, I know him. I know exactly what he wants to do. They just won't let him. That's how stupid we are. How the fuck do you know? You've never even had a candid conversation with Obama to even understand him. You ain't hung out with him. You ain't ate with him. Y'all like y'all know, or they holding him back. I know he wants to. Like, understand, y'all, stop falling for that. You don't know these people. You just don't. It doesn't make any sense. Now I'm getting every executive order has to be run through their legal team. Okay, I appreciate y'all for telling me stuff that I know. So their legal team was okay with the little blue light alert or blue alert. It was cool with that. They're cool with the gun law shit. They're cool with that. They're cool with all that shit. But these people are holding Obama back. Everybody's holding Obama back from being who he really wants to be. I think that's interesting. Taylor Little says, Rob, we all know Trump will be prez. He's up against a supposedly white man who's for fairness, Bernie Sanders, and a white woman. Oh, and to mention Ben Carson doesn't even matter, not count. Ben Carson doesn't matter. Bernie Sanders doesn't even matter. Honestly, Hillary Clinton's going to be the next president. That's just all it is to it, man. Hillary Clinton will be the next president because it was written to be so. It was already written. Right. Was it Nene you believed? Right. After that Bush Gore fiasco, who still votes? Everybody. Everybody votes, everybody believes in it. That's the sad part. It's not even, it's more so of who didn't decide to go read up on how that happened. You see. Who didn't read, because it's not even like who still, it's like, why wouldn't you go see how that happened? Why wouldn't you go see the effectiveness of popular vote? Why wouldn't you go check that out? Why wouldn't you go deal with that? Let's go. Let me go see. Rhea D says if Obama goes on some uplifting black people missions, they might assassinate his. I'm sure ass might assassinate his ass, his behind for going against what he willingly signed up for. Well, I mean, then he shouldn't have signed up. I don't have mercy for people, yo. I'm sorry, like I just don't. I can't have. That's like somebody come to me right now. You know what, Rob? We got a position for you, man. We're gonna let you be the president. All you gotta do is not uplift your people, speak a bunch of bullshit all the time, read off the teleprompter, hug some babies. You know, you got Secret Service following you around. You know, if somebody came to me with a raw deal like that, I'll give you money. You can have money all you like. But again, do not speak up for your people. You cannot do that. You can't tell the truth. I'm good. I think I'll do it over. I think I'll just stay on this path right here. So I can't feel sympathy for people who sell out. Y'all want me to. Y'all want me to believe that Obama's heart is down with the black people. Y'all want me to believe that even though he's never said it. This is what we have to look at. Where does that mentality come from? He's never said he's down for black people. But for some reason, people feel like Obama like a revolutionary on the inside. Like, what did he do? Other than the fact that his dad is black and his wife's black, his children are black. What did he do to make y'all feel like that something is just, ooh, he being held back right now? Like, I know if they let him free, boy, he would, like, where do y'all get that from? What did he do to make you believe that? It's weird. It's weird to me. Dylan says Obama hung out with Kendrick Lamar and people love him again. People went ham on me for calling out Kendrick Lamar. They went ham. I didn't call him out full blown, but I did say like, why wouldn't you talk to him about some real shit, man? I'm not going to. If they invite me to the White House, you think I'm gonna be in that motherfucker hugging Obama like this, talking about bullshit? Like, hell no, bro. What's going on out here? Why the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of my questions was talk. Why in the fuck? That's how my questions would start off. And I could tell Obama, he even during his speech last night, he not down. Y'all say he down, but I don't know about that shit. Because he quoted Abraham Lincoln, and he also quoted Martin Luther King, or talked about Martin Luther King. Never talked about Malcolm X. That's how I know. Block this Mexican troll. Let's see what a Mexican troll is. Y'all know y'all type so damn fast I can't keep up. And then when I'm talking, I can't see what's going on over here. Y'all just be, this is how the screen look. I'm gonna give y'all insight. This is how the screen looks over here. I can't see everything over here when I'm talking to y'all right here. Robert, what do you think about Donald Trump? I don't have any thoughts about Donald Trump at all. He's a white man with money. That's it. I think anybody that's, I think Donald Trump is really bringing out the true side of a lot of these white racists out here, but you know, it is what it is. I don't really have thoughts about the motherfucker other than he's stupid and he's not going to win the fucking presidency because it's already Hillary's turn. It's Hillary's turn right now. Joshua said he'd rather see Trump win because at least he tells the truth. Trump, how do you know he's telling the truth? Just because he shows his racism? That might be a piece of the truth, but his true big picture may be fucked up. I better be careful, man. Y'all better be careful, man. But yeah, when Kendrick went on there, man, I mean, I was just like, and of course the comments, Obama is the hippest president ever. I just love him. 10,000 likes. I'm just like, we losing, you know? Like, we are losing because of shit like that. Oh my God, oh my God, look at Michelle Obama's dress. This is the type of shit, like, it's like, what the fuck, y'all? A dress? That's what we are? A dress? Come on now. I don't understand people's affection for someone who hasn't addressed you at all. Y'all are saying Obama by name. Y'all saying the president, at least the title, very specifically. but he ain't addressed you fucking once. That's like you going with somebody don't never, like, you go with somebody, like, you say that you're in a relationship with somebody that's never even, like, you here with them all the time. Talking. They just going out throughout life. And you right here on their back, which a lot of women, they be on that shit anyway. But that's like you go with somebody and they don't even know it. That's how y'all act about Obama. He ain't talked to y'all or nothing. But y'all go with him. He just don't go with y'all. You see what I'm saying? Something's wrong. Something is wrong with that. How y'all go with Obama, but he don't go with y'all? That's weird to me. He ain't talked about how amazing you are. He ain't said nothing about you. Nothing. Like, y'all know what time it is, me. I blocked the dude y'all wanted to block, the Mexican dude. I blocked him. Like, I seen what he was saying. Like, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I don't hate any race. No. Hate doesn't do anything for anyone. Doesn't make any sense. Right. People, man, I tell you, man, people aren't thinking this thing through. And because we don't think properly, because we look at, you know, we look at people and then we fall in love with them just because they're on TV. It doesn't matter what they're saying. This is how we treat entertainment. This is how we treat everything. Like, it doesn't even matter if they're on TV. A lot of people gonna love them. It's all it takes. That's all it is. Black folk, you ask them about Obama's politics and policies, they'll start talking about Michelle Obama and their daughters before they talk about him. Or they'll say shit like, oh, he's a real nigga. Like, he's a real nigga. He's a cool president. I have no idea. No idea. Now, if gay black people were to support Obama, that makes sense. He's addressed homosexuals directly. You see, that makes sense. Immigrants, he's addressed them directly. That makes sense. He go with them. Right? Based on my analogy, he goes with them, but he don't go with y'all black folk. He don't go with y'all. Straight up. Deion Rogers says, while we worried about who the president is, we need to worry about the Speaker of the House and the cabinet. I don't think we need to worry about any of it. I want people to stop worrying about, you know, as far as politics are concerned. I want us to get strong enough as people understand how the government really works and overthrow this shit. Working class people. Obama talked about working class people last night. Obama talked about working class people. Now, he didn't say anything about them empowering themselves and uniting and take over. You know, that would be, I guess, too crazy for TV, right? But he talked about working class people and what he was going to do for working class people, how much better working class people deserve, you know, how working class people getting fucked over. Same thing as every other state of the union, every other president gonna say. Straight up. Same thing. They'll pander to the working class people. They'll do that. But you'll see what happens with working class people. We still got to work until we about 60 years old, possibly maybe can retire, maybe not. It just depends on where you are and how your life is, you know. But that's it. They talking to working class people, but we ain't had no ease. I've been working since I was 15. I've been working since I was 15. I've been working 17 years. Ain't shit changed. Doesn't matter who the president was. Ain't shit changed for my mom and them. They still had to go to work. Ain't shit changed for my family. They still had to go to work. So, you know, to come out and talk to the working class people like shit's gonna get better. And I mean, at least in me being a working class citizen since I was 15, I ain't seen no shit like that. They haven't stopped taxing the fuck out of your check, your overtime, telling you how many sick days you can take, closing down businesses, moving to overseas. That shit hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped at all. So if it's still happening, what the fuck do they even say, or what do they even come out and talk to the working class people for, other than to pander for our votes? Straight up. Black Cloud Boss says, yeah, folks think this is a joke. A Republican government doing that much damage to black people in Flint. Democrat, Republican would have done the same damage to Flint. Doesn't matter. I don't even know how y'all separate them like that. If you know your history, like, man. If Trump wins, he'll only have as much power as we allow him to. All the president really can do was be to call that martial law. The military, right? The military could be like, no, I'm not going to treat innocent people like that. You know, they could do that. President ain't got no power other than, you know, signing shit. People can easily stand up against that shit. He can sign with it. President could order military, go murder everybody in North Carolina right now. Right now. No, we not doing that shit, motherfucker. We don't believe in that shit. It's fucked up to treat people like that. You see. So people acting like if Trump wins, which isn't even a reality, but if Trump wins, this is just all over for black people. Like, it's been the same, y'all. Like, we've had presidents that owned slaves. We've had presidents that had racist views. Like, maybe not as, and even, you know, back then the ones that owned slaves, there's been presidents that came out and didn't fuck with black people. Like, what the fuck? Come on now. Y'all forgetting about COINTELPRO? Them motherfuckers can't do that shit unless they have everybody in agreement with that. Everybody has to be in agreement with that. We have to understand that. They done got y'all with the bullshit. Trump's not going to win. Y'all, there is no if. It's just like, there is no if Trump wins. There is no if Trump wins, because he's not. Because no matter how many of these racist ass white folk go vote for Trump, popular vote doesn't decide the president. It just doesn't. It doesn't. Understanding how politics work will lead you to the conclusion that Trump will not win the presidency. Hillary Clinton been waiting her turn for a long time. They're gonna give it to her on the strength. First black president to show y'all how much progress, because I heard Obama use those, you know, those code words. To me, it's code words. How much progress this country's making. Of course, a woman would be next. Come on now. Think. We have to start thinking more. All this progress. Well, progress would be, you know, a woman being president next. After her, maybe a homosexual president next. A president and a first man. Or what's the lady? Like, hold on. It's first lady, so I don't know if lady and man is. It got to be something word for dude, and with it kind of lines up with lady. But first, two men, that motherfucker. Progress. Understand. how he's talking. You have to listen to these words, in my opinion, anyway. You got to listen to what he's really saying to you. It's coming, y'all. This is the progress they want to see. Y'all hear about, you know, as far as you know, a woman being president next, then you have a gay and probably transgender. I mean, you just look at what will be called progress. There's already transgender, transsexuals. He appointed one to be, God, what position did Obama get at, motherfucker, man? I forget the exact position. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but he have already appointed. Like, this is progress. This is what it is. Progress. Progress. Free Your Mind says you're going to see Bernie run the show real soon. Bernie Sanders will not be president. I'm sorry. Bernie Sanders will not be president. Understand that. It doesn't matter if Hillary will destroy America, she will still be the president. Every other president before, well, if she gets it, every other president before her destroyed the country. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, y'all. When have conditions gotten better for you? Specifically, you or your family. If you come from, I come from a working family. My family still work. Conditions haven't gotten better. Bernie ain't changing shit. Bernie ain't changing shit. He can't even deal with the private prisons that they got in Vermont. Bernie ain't changing shit. So I'm sorry about that. I do apologize for y'all that believe in Bernie, but he's just running. I mean, it's good. I mean, he's getting some real dialogue out here in the open, but he's not gonna. No. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you. Appointed a tranny or a transgender to outreach and recruitment director in the presidential personnel office. I knew he gave him I knew he gave him something shit. I don't know. Book recommendations: post-traumatic slave disorder. That's one. You can always read the biography of Malcolm X. You can always read that. Post-traumatic slave disorder. Rest in peace, Dr. Francis Welsing. You can read the ISIS papers if you want. Those are just a couple to throw out there. Oh man, Hillary going hard for the black vote. She talking about Black Lives Matter and everything. They always talk now to campaign. Notice this difference. Notice this difference. To campaign, they may mention black people. Hillary Clinton talking about Black Lives Matter. Dancing, the quote unquote black dances, doing all this shit, right? But bet money if she becomes the president, when she becomes the president, you will never hear her talk about black folk again, ever. And she'll be laughing, doing the motherfucking money dance. She already know, I got these niggas believing in me again. I got them believing in me just like they believed in my husband as he signed into legislation the fucking 3 strikes you're out rule to further promote or further actually grow the power of the private prisons. Come on, y'all. You gonna let the same last name kill y'all niggas twice and y'all don't even care. Don't nobody even care, yo. Like the same last name. You got black people, I'm Democrat, you know, they can't do nothing, vote Democrat. They loving Hillary. Like the same last name gonna kill y'all twice, man. Come on, man. We got to be better, man. We got to be better, yo. Come on now. Voice of reason, Bill Clinton put more black men in prison than any other president in the last 30 years, and people don't even, I mean, they don't even care. Bill Clinton still get loved, still get dapped up, still get respect in the hood. Still. Jada Rawls, when did you realize that voting didn't matter, Rob? I mean, we talked about it earlier, Bush and Bush, when Bush won his second term. I mean, that was clear evidence right there. Clear evidence. Very clear, right in there. Right in there. When Bush won by stealing Florida, that's, and I wasn't even, I still wasn't even into voting and shit like that. I didn't even care about politics at all, even then. But I knew, like, hold on now. Something ain't right. Don't take but a second for you to look at it. 68 Tawana says exactly how is 3 strikes you're out bad for the black community. It depends on, you have to look at what the 3 strikes are. You have to look at, you can't just look at 3 strikes you're out. You got to look at what black men are being locked up for. Nonviolent drug offenses. Nonviolent drug offenses. Okay, if you was going to say, how is that bad? Which is very sad. You got a picture of Harriet Tubman on your shit, too. It's an insult to the ancestor for you to even ask that question, but fine. We'll talk about this with you real quick. If you take 3 strikes and you say, well, police department, my men, like these are my servicemen, police circle the block all day long. Never go to the suburbs where white people over there doing all the crime they want to. Never go over there. You stay right here and keep your eye out for nonviolent drug offenders, right? So once you get 1 felony, tell me what the chances of rehabilitation are for you once you get out. This is with 1 felony. It could be a nonviolent drug offense or whatever. 1. What can you do with that felony? How many jobs can you pursue with that felony? Right? So what do? You want to eat? You might got a baby on the way, right? What do you do with that 1 felony? You keep trying. You can do that. But you're in the ghetto. You're in the hood. What do you do? Not what me or you would do, because we're not there. What do you do when you got a felony and you can't find a job? You go fuck around and do it again. Right? I mean, this, not saying that's smart, but you fuck around and do it again. Clinton them knew that shit. They knew where they was going to send the police to patrol. They know who is the most patrolled, watched people in this nation. Black folk, black neighborhoods. That's why white folk can be the biggest drug users and dealers in the country, but you'll notice that black folk are locked up for way more than white folk are. That's why that's real. That's why that shit's real. So you got the cops all in the hood. You get your 1st strike, can't get a job. You go back to do the same thing. You got your 2nd strike. Damn sure ain't getting a job now. And guess who's making money the whole time? The private prisons. Guess who's getting their cut when they sign shit into legislation like that? Bill Clinton's still getting paid by the private prisons right now. How is that okay? Come on now. Come on now. Come on. How can you not see that? You got Harriet Tubman's picture on there now. She said she freed 1,000. She could have freed thousands more if they knew. That's what Harriet said. He didn't, and Obama didn't talk about weed last night. He didn't talk about weed legalization at all. Didn't talk about that shit at all. But I don't see how you can't talk about weed and hemp at all, marijuana and hemp, when you're talking about curing cancer. I don't see how, like, what the fuck? How do you got to come in and do both, in my opinion. Bernie Sanders can never be president because he is against the party system, registered independent, and the war on drugs and big money won't allow that. I mean, I agree. The Electoral College wins, tells you who the president gonna be. Simple. I don't fuck with Bernie Sanders anyway. I don't give a fuck about none of these motherfuckers, man. I mean, just gonna be honest with y'all. I don't give a fuck about them. Like, I really don't. I can't think of a better way to say it. I tried to come up with something maybe a little lighter, but I don't give a fuck about none of these people that's running at all. In any type of way. They won't even label GMOs, laid baked, I believe. They won't even label GMOs. And guess what else Obama signed? The Monsanto Protection Act. Yeah, he signed that shit too. Y'all don't know nothing about that. According to y'all, this man can't even, he don't really get to do executive orders and shit like that. But he signed that. While his wife running around telling people to his wife or husband, the jury is out. We don't know, right? That's what y'all said. People say, well, Michelle Obama's a man. They say, I don't know. No, I don't even care. It is what it is. But she running around telling kids to lose weight, but your president just signed something that says we can't even label GMOs. So processed foods and all that shit, that doesn't matter. They're not trying to lower the cost of what will be healthy organic food. None. Not trying to do that at all. So it's just like, again, if you really look at this shit close, well, none of it makes sense. Well, none of it makes sense. GMOs are fake food, but they don't label them. We don't know when we're eating or receiving GMOs. And other countries that we consider less than us, or second world, third world, they label their GMO. We don't do it here. Why is that? America, you said. Oh, we gonna talk about that, Michiko. We're gonna talk about this man letting his daughter be raped. I'm gonna first provide y'all the link. We're gonna deal with that here. I talked about it on my Facebook page the other day. 5 teenagers. Let me post the link. Let me see if it even let me post the link on this page here. Hold on, it ain't letting me. Okay, hold on. Maybe it will let me paste it. Okay, I posted the story up to what happened. Let's deal with this for a second. I can't be on here with y'all all night. I gotta get up early as hell in the morning and go to work. But in New York, I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna deal with it right here because I got it pulled up right here. The caption reads here: 4 teens arrested in allegedly gang rape of an 18-year-old girl in Brooklyn playground. Now, when the story jumped off to me, I posted about it because the story was that the father, if you can't click it, copy and paste it. I mean, come on, don't be defeated so easily. He said, can't click it, copy, paste, press enter, all good. The father, apparently, what the story was, they had a gun up on him. They told him, nigga, look, get the fuck up out of here. We trying to do this right here, right? So this caused him to run away. And when I saw that, I was disturbed by the fact that someone would leave their daughter to go away, I guess to safety or get help or whatever. I couldn't imagine leaving either one of my daughters. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't even imagine leaving just a woman that was with me. Like, not even to the point where it's my daughter. And my daughter makes it more extreme, but somebody threatened me like, yo, we trying to rape the bitch you with, cuz. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna try. Like, I'm going to try. I'm going to try my hardest. You're not gonna tell me you want to rape the chick that I'm with. You're not gonna tell me that and I just run away without grabbing her. We both running. It's something else is gonna happen other than me leaving my daughter to go. Come on now. Now, there are things, Brittany said it herself. There are different things coming out now. I've heard a couple other things now. Let's talk about this other weird shit real quick. Just on the light real quick, right? Now, moms got 2 of the boys to turn themselves in. I'm going to say it was 14. It was 14, 15, 16, 17. It was five dudes. Now, according to the story, now the father lied. According to the story, the motherfucker was actually fucking his own daughter I'll go back. He was actually fucking his own daughter, drunk as hell, both of them. We'll talk about how they got to that point here in a second. He was fucking his own daughter, chilling, going ham in the park, drunk, both of them drunk. Five teenagers walk up and be like, yo, can I get some of that too? Right? What happened was at that point, based on this is the news story, based on what that was, based on them asking her, she said yes. And then, no, the daughter wasn't 14, the daughter's 18. One of the boys is 14. But they asked him or her, can they get in on that? Which, I mean, it's a nigga question. Just gonna be honest, that's a nigga question. But I guess they in the park, they just see somebody going ham, like, yo, probably just said it as a joke. They probably didn't really expect for her to say, yeah, all five of y'all, come on. I got what you need, right? So, you know, they ask her, she says yes, they go ham, right? Dad walks off. Drunk. That's why he couldn't really report it well, because he was drunk out of his mind. You know what I'm saying? He was drunk as fuck. But to cover up the fact that he's fucking his own daughter, he went and told her that the boys raped him forcibly. There is no gun, no shit like that. He didn't want to get caught up for the incest. Now, from what I'm understanding, from what, you know, from what I'm understanding about the story, is that he wasn't her dad her whole life. Apparently, she was adopted. He's a long lost dad. And I don't know what the fuck type long lost dad gets drunk with his 18-year-old. But that's what the fuck he did, and decided to fuck his daughter in the park to avoid an incest charge, which is a felony. Incest is a felony, even if it's consenting. Even if it's consenting. This ain't no website, y'all. This is CNN. I got this on CNN. I'm gonna post this link up again for y'all, man. I posted it one time. I'm gonna post the link up again. I wish I could leave it highlighted for y'all. Hold on. I'm going to post the link up to the story again. If you can't click on it, copy and paste it. You can see exactly what the fuck I'm talking about here. I don't see why y'all can't click on it. It's showing up as actually a hyperlink for me that I can click on. But I posted the link again. What's up, Unique? Now, from what incest being a felony and all, even if it's consensual, it's still a felony, right? Now, the fact that it is a felony is something that I really can't say that I agree with. I'm just going to be honest. If motherfuckers is weird like that, putting them in jail, well, I don't know what the fuck that's going to do. I have no idea. If two people that sick to where a daughter would even fuck her own dad knowingly, and a dad would fuck his own daughter knowingly, that's sick right here. That's sick. That being a felony, I mean, locking people up for it, I don't think that's going to help the motherfuckers, man. I don't think that's going to help them, because these motherfuckers are sick. Sick. But the reason that the initial story sounded so crazy is like, everybody was like, how the fuck did you just leave your daughter? It's because the average dad is not going to leave his daughter. Clearly, they're not going to do no shit like that. So, and that's why it sounded so crazy, because now it's no other stories coming out that he was the one fucking his own daughter in the park. They were fucking each other. And the dudes walked up, asked, could they get in on that? And the daughter was like, well, yeah, she's 18 years old. The boys ranged from 14 to 18. That's how that went down. I don't know if he knew it was a felony or not, but he had to know the shit was wrong if somebody saw him. I mean, and that's what the story has a couple little holes in it right now. I'm like, how would they even know that he was her dad? Like, what the fuck? Did she have on a "Hi, I'm with Dad" t-shirt? Or I don't really understand how how he thought they would know. He could have just did his daughter, whatever the fuck he had to do, and just kept moving or whatever like that. Like it is what it is. I don't think it should be illegal. I mean, it's sick. It's sick, man. It's sick. But I know that more of the story is going to be coming, out. Hell, they didn't do anything that's against the law. Mexican Americans had put them to death. They didn't do, unless you're talking about the dad. But the 5 boys didn't do anything wrong. It took some consenting pussy. Technically, they took some consenting pussy. That's not against the law. Indecent exposure, public indecency. I mean, you can juggle this bullshit up around. But, I'm just saying. Ain't no law against getting pussy, long as it's consenting. And she said, yeah. So we got to figure out what the hell made her feel like she could deal with 5 whole other niggas after her daddy. Apparently, daddy, I don't know what's going on with daddy, but if she can go daddy and take on 5 more, I'm just gonna let that be a ... I don't know about that. I don't know what type of life she lived outside of this. You see, I don't know what type of life she lives. I'm just saying. She's 18. Now, she might get statutory for fucking the 14-year-old. I ain't even thinking about that. Something might she might actually get a charge for fucking a 14-year-old. Because one of the boys, it was a 14, a 15, and I don't know the age of consent there, but it was a 14 and a 15, and maybe the 16. She might get fucked up for that. Oh yeah, it's a crazy ass story, man. I want to know what really happened. Like, I want to know what happened for real. Exactly. She might get charged for that shit. But she was drunk. According to, she was just drunk as hell, which is another reason that alcohol needs to really be re-examined. While they sitting around letting weed be illegal, weed ain't gonna have a bitch in the park. Fucking 5 niggas, 6 counting her daddy. You can believe that. You can believe that. These young boys walked up, and I don't know if they had rubbers with them or not. I don't know. But that's the part that really bothered me more than anything. More than not more than the dad fucking his own daughter. But the dudes that walked up in the situation, I don't know how they went in. If they just jumped in, like, I can imagine they just had rubbers, like, oh, just in case we see a bitch in the park, let's just, keep rubbers on all of us. We just got rubbers. Like, I think they might have just jumped in there, man. But they won't re-examine alcohol. Alcohol will have you doing some wild shit. Alcohol is doing some wild shit out here in the streets. Who in the hell jumps into a woman's pussy raw? Because y'all saying they went raw. I'm going to go with y'all's story, right? I mean, I can't imagine they had rubbers and shit. Who jumps in? Who jumps in to fuck with the chick that's saying good on 5? Like, send 5 to, like, who does that? Who does that? No one's doing that. I can't imagine doing no shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. Man. Well, they make good money off alcohol, though. Robert, they have footage of them going into a convenience store. Hopefully, they went to get them then. I would have to hope. I hope in the convenience store they went and got him some rubbers, because that's just, I mean, Jesus. That's too much. That's too much. That's way too much. But yeah, they let liquor. I mean, liquor can be behind. You can do anything while you're drunk, and it's still. I mean, it's still gonna be legal, man. The actual reason that marijuana is illegal, there isn't an actual reason. There are a number of reasons, but it all boils down to the money team losing money. Private prisons, big farm. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. That is the main thing. I'm not buying the they only 14, they didn't know better shit. You know what pussy is at 14. Oh, you know. Up in New York, you know, city like that. Oh, you know. You know. Yeah, it was the dad, Adrian. It was the dad saying that he was, you know, at gunpoint. These are they out there raping his daughter at gunpoint. That was the dad that created that whole story. That was the dad that created that entire story. Absolutely. A few ounces of crack will get you way more time than rape. You can rape a child and you'll get more time with having crack. You can do whatever you want out here. Okay, laid back. Yeah, I'm up here in Charlotte, man. I've been out here about 4 years, man. Been out here for about 4 years. But yeah, that was an excuse. I don't believe, I mean, he knew. I feel like the dad knew. I don't know if he had a connection with her like that. I can imagine what the day must have went like to end up at in the park fucking my daughter. I don't even know how that works. He wasn't even in her life like that. Because I mean, come on. I don't even know what the day was like. The story is fake. Okay. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Like, which part of the story is fake? You say all that shit fake? Winter Rich? What's up, 21? What's up, Raven? Yeah, his daughter is. His daughter is something else. For real. Rob, think about the underage boys getting a good lawyer and getting them off. They didn't do, I mean, unless she says they raped them, which I still haven't heard she done, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do shit wrong. I'm not a Carolina Panthers fan. I'm not a fan of any of these fucking teams. I don't fuck with the Panthers. I think us being fans is one of the reasons that we are weak as a people. That's what I believe. Because we have a fan mentality about most stuff. What's up, Demetrius? I think we have a fan mentality about most stuff. That's what makes us follow these celebrities, entertainers, athletes. That's what makes us, you know, our minds are insane. That's why these people can't walk through the street without being mobbed by a group of people. Like, that's insane to me. You know what I'm saying? I think that mentality of being a fan, it's created and it's perpetuated. I do feel like that. I feel like that. Because just watch people. Why can't your favorite football player walk through, say, walk down the street in peace? Why is that? You see? So it's just like, you know, it's just like noticing things like that. People are insane about people that are on TV. That's just how it is. I don't know why people like that. I think it's weird. But I do believe that it's because when I minored in sociology, but I do believe like that group mentality, group think, group thought, that just, I mean, it perpetuates itself. That's why sports hooliganism happens. That's why you have riots after games and stuff like that. Like, it's insane, really. When I see people have flags of their teams and all this stuff, like, it's just it's at the point where I'm at now. It just doesn't make sense to me personally. Now, I'm not gonna knock shit. I know about sports just to argue with people. I like arguing with people about sports. Shit, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, especially my brother, and particularly my brother. So I keep up. He keeps up with stats. He plays fantasy and all that shit. So he put me up on what be going on out here, and we'll argue about scores and shit. And I'll say fuck whatever teams he likes and fuck whatever player, just to keep the banter up, because that's what men do. But you know, I had to step back, you know, from when I was younger and look at what a fan is and what it means, and just how people are about famous or would be famous people. I had to understand that. And then when I watched the movie Hunger Games 2, the second one, and there was a scene in there where they kind of talked about how they could distract everybody by making them focus on the romance of the chick and the dude. They talked about that in there, you know. And I was just like, that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was real heavy. Because they were able to say, well, they were saying, well, we'll just show them these two people all the time. They'll be focused on them. They won't worry about the fact that they're really fucking slaves, you see. We'll make our relationship goals after these people. We'll have goals that they have. I mean, whatever they talking about, we love it. Like, it's just, it's insane to me, honestly. Now, if you watch sports, I mean, do your thing. I mean, watch whatever the fuck you want to watch. I mean, I'm not you know, I'm not against anyone for what they do. This is how my mind processes it. I majored in psychology. So you smoked weed for the first time last Wednesday and actually talked to a cop when you was high. Was he on? Would a black man get arrested for that every time? I don't think so. I don't think a black man will get arrested for being high. Now, if you got the pound on you, you know what I mean? Now, being high, I don't think that would, I don't think that would get you arrested if you're black in particularly, you see. I don't think so. We got Eagles fans, Giants fans, all types of fans in here. I'd rather y'all just say I like the Eagles. I'd much rather y'all leave the word fan off. Work harder on leaving the word fan off of the stuff that you like. Just say I like the Eagles. Don't claim out loud that you're a fan, because to me, I think that just feeds into the mentality. I'm from Carolina. I don't even like the Panthers, man. I'm not going to be a bandwagon. Obama will not have a third term. The Patriots, I mean, the Patriots are a good pick. They always winning. You ain't got to really worry about them losing. So the Patriots is a good, safe pick for football. The Cardinals playing good ball, from what I understand. The Cardinals are playing good ball. The presidency will go to Hillary Clinton. The Bucks, I don't really find many Bucks fan. Wesley Benjamin, the Bucks fan, the rare Bucks fan. You are the first person I've heard say like the Bucks, period. And I actually met a dude over the summer that said he was a fucking Jaguars fan. I'm just like, I've never heard this shit in my life. Never heard it in my life. The Falcons, yeah, they started off hot, but then they lost. So they continue to lose continuously, you know. They continue to keep losing, goddammit. They need to reevaluate. The Falcons need to reevaluate. They got that gay school they about to put up down there in Atlanta for the kids. I posted about that on my Facebook page the other day. It might be causing them boys to lose all that energy around that rainbow shit. Fucking them boys mojo up down there. Robert, can you consider yourself a fan of particular athletes who speak out on real shit, such as Muhammad Ali? No, I don't consider myself a fan of anyone. I can say Muhammad Ali spoke about some real shit, but I would never say I'm a fan of Muhammad Ali. No. Say, Robert, do you think there any way to change the perception of the black male? Not to the dominant society, no. To the dominant society, we are a threat. We are a genetic threat to them. Again, rest in power. Dr. Frances Welsing, she talked about this a lot. We are a genetic threat to them. So we will always be, all over the world, we will always be targets for violence and senseless killing by the dominant society. That's all there is to it. We're not going to change our perception to them. Now, we can work on changing our perception to us. We can work on bettering us and unifying with each other. But as far as them looking at us different, I don't think that's going to happen. Because they've always looked at us the same. Even when we were slaves, they hated us. You see what I'm saying? We was doing nothing but working. We wasn't doing shit but working. But they still hated us. So, you know. Robert, do you think that a labor boycott alone is enough to defeat the system, or do you think it would take more than that? I think a labor boycott would be enough. That is, with enough people, that would be enough to topple the entire fucking system. Malcolm X did not hate homosexuals. I've seen somebody said that, but I don't. Malcolm X did not hate homosexuals. Don't come out here talking crazy now. Well, one dude says labor boycott won't be enough. Technology is already eliminating enough jobs. I think if the entire, we got 300 million people here. Out of those 300 million, I would say most of them work. If 300 million people stop working, you cannot tell me that won't change the game. That will change the game. That's very true. White people weren't shit until the gun was invented. They couldn't beat nobody no other way. So they invented the gun to try to get them from a little distance. They wasn't talented at making spears. They wasn't talented at making weapons from the earth. You see, that was something that was, you know, a specialty of the indigenous people. That was a specialty of them. You know, we was out there hunting and shit like that. So, you know, we making bow and arrows, spears, you know, weapons out of wood. They wasn't good at that. So when they tried to come through with that shit, that didn't work. So they had to come up with something else. And that's probably the greatest invention that the white man is responsible for is the gun, as far as furthering his agenda. That's the greatest thing he ever made for his whole fucking team. Someone says less than 150 million Americans work. Well, those 150 million, if they stop working, then we'll take it from 300. I guess the other 150 million, they're not working, probably somewhere hanging out. But they see 150 million people standing out in the street like, fuck work. I think they would get on the bandwagon. I think they would get on the bandwagon. The ISIS papers. Troy Richardson. You want to know about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing? You go and do ISIS papers. It's right there for you. Hold on, let me go back up here. Somebody corrected me. I see Egyptian specialized in arrow and a great war tactic. Okay. The Egyptian. All right. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. I'm going to say it was what would be called the Indians, the Native Americans. I watched one episode of Making of a Murderer. Somebody asked me about Making of a Murderer. I watched one episode of that and I couldn't get into it, man. I couldn't get into it. I one or two episodes. Like I couldn't imagine they made 10 or it's a series. I couldn't get into that shit like that because as a black man, me watching a white man be exonerated, I just can't really fuck with that because we have too many black men that have been set up by police, unjustly given harsh sentences. Like I couldn't watch it. And then the whole world up in some type of roar right in the White House about trying to get him out of jail and shit. Like, if that dude was black, man, wouldn't nobody give a fuck. Straight up. Jada Rawls, I always make a video about Black History Month. Always. I always make a video about Black History Month, but just in short, I think Black History Month is bullshit. In short. Did you see the RZA? I made a video about the RZA. Did you see him out there? Talking about pulling some fucking pants up. I've never seen Beast of No Nation, even though people have recommended that to me over and over again. I still haven't sat and watched it. Let me see a brief summary of how Reagan brought drugs into America. It wasn't, I can't say that Reagan brought drugs into America. The FBI, CIA, the letter boys, they had been running drugs anyway. I mean, with cocaine, the powder form, I mean, white people, that was what they did. That's what people did. So it wasn't like it was brought in from South America already. What Reagan did was that crack. The crack and the crackdown on crack. I mean, no pun intended. But trying to give harsh sentences for people having crack, the war on drugs is what Reagan brought into the game, not the drugs themselves. Because the drugs was gonna get pimped out before Reagan and after Reagan. Drugs was gonna be coming in regardless. Even now, the government is responsible for the drugs coming in. You see. But Reagan did the war on drugs. He coined that terminology. Now we spent upward towards since then, we spent upward towards $1 trillion on a war on drugs. A war on fucking drugs to keep those private prisons full to get that money. So, I mean, it wasn't Reagan that brought the drugs. He just tried to, he didn't try. He successfully made it to where it was something that America viewed as this is a problem that we have to squash out. We have to get the dealers. We have to, they try to make it on a situation like that. But when white folk was doing that powder, it was all good. Powder was all good. That crack brought something different. And it wasn't us. It wasn't us. We wasn't scientists cooking up crack and bringing boat. We didn't have that shit. We did not have that shit. So we have to understand that. Right, and nobody's talking about the meth epidemic, and nobody talking about how many white people doing heroin now either. You see, nobody wants to talk about that because what they did was with meth is they made methadone clinics. What they basically give you small doses of meth to help you get off of it or whatever like that to help them rehabilitate. They don't really give a fuck about the rehabilitation when it comes to crack cocaine. They don't really give a fuck about all that like that. For real. I think the Hidden Color series is a series that every black person should watch, even. At least watch. At least watch. Get your pen and paper out and watch them. Take you some notes. Hidden Colors is a good 3-part series. The fourth one, if I'm not mistaken, should be coming out at some point this year, maybe summer. I don't know exactly. But yes, I'm going to see the fourth one. Most definitely. Robert, do you think we should boycott these black reality TV shows on TV? Absolutely. I've been talking about that for years. But black people they're not going to listen to that. They're not going to listen to you tell them to boycott the shows that entertain them. It's not going to happen. Right. Meth is real. Meth is real. You see a meth head, you won't know the difference, really. Meth head, crackhead, you set them side by side, you're not going to see much difference. You're not going to see much difference in the, how they conduct themselves. Jay said, I blame Reagan for the destruction of the black community. I mean, he had a part in it. I can't completely blame Reagan for the destruction of the black community. He had a huge part in it. I think that, a lot of black people, what we weren't able to do then was see the trick and understand what was coming and what would come, years down the line where we are now. They didn't see what was coming. They didn't see what was coming. We have to be smart about seeing what's coming and not letting it, infuse itself into what we already have going on that's good, you see. But I think the conditions of the ghettos and the hoods were so rough and people were so depressed that they turned to something that they thought would give them an escape from that reality. Rob, what do you feel about Taraji? I was called out because I said we can't win unless we're slaves or a stereotype. That's absolutely true. Taraji would have been powerful in her noticing that herself. I've played in much better roles than this fucking show. Why am I just now getting it for this? I've noticed a pattern. Taraji not real to me. Taraji not real to me. It was actually J. Edgar Hoover that destroyed the Black Panthers, which, I mean, any president that would allow that still, but J. Edgar Hoover, COINTELPRO, that's what destroyed the Panthers. That's how they actually infiltrate Nation of Islam. They were just running around here going ham. Running around out here going ham. Murdering Fred Hampton in his sleep. They was just doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Shot fucking Martin Luther King. They was ham. But that was Hoover. COINTELPRO. Oh, Stuff said the Chinese actually invented the gun, not the white man. All right. I'll take it. The white man did something with that bitch. I'll tell you that. He decided to take that gun and move this way. Let me go see. Let me load up boats full of them and see what we can do. Did do that. So white supremacy with COINTELPRO blocks black efforts. Well, you just look at what the COINTELPRO did. I mean, that's not even you can just look at the history. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the history of what the COINTELPRO, what their job was. And then you could go back and look at places like Black Wall Street, do some research on that, or even here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Anytime black people would try to, come together and just, isolate ourselves because we clearly wasn't getting no love out here. It wasn't no love out here. So if they gave us this little block, we would take that little block. But then even when we were successful in that little block, they would come burn that down too. Even then. Okay. Mr. Z. Leroy, you absolutely right. Reagan was the governor of Cali when the Black Panthers ran. Okay. I respect that. That's real. Robert, how do you feel about people pushing promethazine and codeine and Molly? I don't agree with that shit at all. I've never tried it. I mean, I've never tried. I never will try it because Molly to me is just crack cocaine. And promethazine, from what I've heard, people dying off that shit. They get addicted to it and die off of it. So I'm going to stay away from anything that possibly will kill me and only smoke weed from time to time. That's all I'm doing. I'm good. That's the only drug I'm going to do. I'm good. Robert, do you agree with Trump not letting Muslims in the USA? No, I don't agree with that. You let Christians in this motherfucker. And no other religion has been more violent than the Christians. No other religion in history has been more violent than the Christians, so I can't agree with that. That doesn't make any sense to me. No, I'm not a pothead. I can't. I work too much. I can't sit around smoking all damn time. I work too goddamn much. And the shit costs money. Shit. I spend all my goddamn money up on no damn weed. You're right. Taylor Little, you are right. Even I correct people when they say weed is a drug. I correct people, but we was talking about the type of drugs. You are absolutely right. Weed is not a drug. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rob, does your third eye open if you smoked weed? I can't say that I believe that, because you can be, if you stupid as fuck before you smoke weed, you're gonna be stupid when you smoke weed too. It's not a, you know, not gonna give you no special powers or no shit like that. No. No. If you dumb as fuck before, if your two eyes is closed before, you ain't about to smoke no weed and just, no. Your thoughts will be dumber, but deeper dumb. That's all weed will do for you if you dumb as fuck already. Rob, are you going to take Dr. Boyce Watkins' class to start your own black business? No, I didn't plan on taking no classes from Dr. Boyce Watkins. I don't even think I don't know his work like that, and I don't really fuck with the homie like that. Are you ever paranoid that the government watches you? I hope they do. I'm not paranoid about it at all. I actually, that actually is something that's, I hope they watching me. I hope they've been watching me for a while. I hope they've been watching me for a while, and I hope that at some point I make it on a list of people that is or that are a threat to their establishment. I can only hope. Weed isn't a drug. I would understand if y'all would say THC could be a drug. But weed, I mean, to me, weed isn't a drug. It's a plant to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like calling a carrot a drug. Somebody sitting around eating carrots all the time. Or, you know, calling a plant a drug is just too much. I believe that Dr. Boyce puts out good material, but I can't say that I fuck with him. I don't watch his material. The way he talks doesn't interest me. A mushroom, I ain't never did shrooms. I ain't never did shrooms at all. But I know back in the day, they was getting fucked up off all this shit. Man, these cooning ass entertainers been going ham, yo. And I feel like this year they're going to be going even more ham. The RZA started out, Whoopi started off, which a lot of people agree with her, but Whoopi, RZA, like these motherfuckers starting this year off trying to win that award at the end of the year. They trying to win. Actually, Demetrius, if you go to my description box, I have a spread shirt in there. You click on that, I got t-shirts in there. Fuck with me. Fuck with me. I already know about the FEMA camps, bro. Actually, you can look at my videos. I made videos about those FEMA camps and those coffins. I respect Umar Johnson. I think he's a smart brother. Tariq, oh man, he said Tariq Nasheed is going to host his first annual Coon Award show. I'm sure that will be pretty entertaining. I'm sure that will be. Unfortunately, a large-scale labor boycott is only possible if a lot of racist working-class whites abandon their bigotry and join the movement. How do we make this happen? You're not going to make that happen until we just continue to spread the knowledge. You can't make people not be racist. You can't. It's like I can't make people be enlightened. I can't make people care or think about things differently. You can't make, you just can't do it. You got to let people come into their own knowledge. I've had in my lifetime, I've had at least, I'm gonna say about 5 or 6 white people that will say they were racist, but fucking with my vids helped them see things a little bit different. So that's a small number. That's not enough. You see what I'm saying? But it's a small number. But you can't change people. You just gotta do what you do. And if they get hip to it or understand it, then you did good. I don't watch Dr. Claude Anderson. I've heard him. I've listened to one of his lectures before. That's the economics guy. He talks about economics and on levels and shit like that. I fuck with it. I fuck with that. No, my baby mamas don't tell my kids not to listen to me. Well, that was no, they don't do that. Not yet, anyway. I'll say not yet. People talking about Tommy again. I didn't even see the comment. People talking about Tommy, man. I don't know what. If he doesn't say something about me, I don't give a fuck. I said all I had to say, and that's just it. Yo, Rob, do you think that Bernie Sanders is the best Democratic candidate to vote for? I don't think Bernie Sanders is Democratic. I don't think he claims. I think he claims himself to be I might say it wrong, but a democratic socialist or something with a socialist. I don't think he claims. I don't think he claims that he's a Democrat. Honestly, Michiko, Robert, would you say you're polygamous? No, I couldn't say that at all. I can't say that at all. I don't have no many wives or no shit like that. And from what I heard, I ain't got enough money to practice polygamy anyway. So I ain't got enough bread. If I get rich, but I ain't got enough bread. If I get rich, everybody want to marry me. They won't give a fuck. They won't give a shit. No, I have not tried using an e-cig to stop smoking. I haven't set stop smoking as a goal. So e-cigs wouldn't be something that I used at all. Team 1831, what are FEMA camps? Look it up, bro. Google FEMA camps. Get your knowledge up. Google my channel if you want to. I've talked about FEMA camps. I've talked about FEMA camps. Peppermint Patty says, we are fucked until we establish a code within our community. We can't afford these coons anymore. I completely agree. Coons on every level. Coons on every level. Every type of self-hater. From the one that's going to kill another black person, another black child in a drive-by over gang colors. So motherfuckers going to go sit on TV and throw the people under the fucking bus. Bleach their skin, hating their hair. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on out here. Malcolm X wasn't a racist. You're going to have to go deal with post-pilgrimage Malcolm and then reevaluate your opinion of Malcolm X. I think that's the second time you done jumped out there. First time you said Malcolm X hated homosexuals, which he never quoted that. He actually quoted in support of every type of lifestyle. And to call him a racist is bullshit too. I do believe in aliens. I believe I'm one myself. Quite honestly. I don't think I'm from around these parts. I really fucking don't. Wait, what? No, I would not like that shit. Why would I need to be called Dr. Dick? I think Robert is sufficient. Miss Rich. Robert is sufficient for me. Don't need no little nicknames for my dick. Robert, I don't think Malcolm X was a racist. What would you say to people calling him a black supremacist? I would say they have to look at Malcolm. They would have to look at him post-pilgrimage. I think anybody, if you're going to assess Malcolm X, you have to look at him post-pilgrimage as well. You got to do both. You have to do both things. You can look at him, be, how he was before his pilgrimage, and then after his pilgrimage, he came back with a little different narrative. So I think you have to look at both sides of that before you can label Malcolm X anything. Yeah, they wild on here. I don't know where Dr. Dick came from. I don't know where it came from. Well, I can't say that I'm somebody asked me, do I support integration? Do I feel like it was a mistake? You should actually watch it. I got a whole video. I got like a 17-minute long video about that. But I do, in short, I do feel like integration was it was premature. I don't think we didn't establish enough of our own shit to be trying to infuse with their shit. But then again, they was burning down all of our shit too. So I think it was more of a panic move to try to get money, try to establish some type of, dollar form because they was burning our shit down. But I feel like if we just stayed stronger during that time where integration was the talk, we'd have kept our leagues, our businesses. I think we would be a lot better off, in this country than we are now. I am privy to Dr. Sebi or Sebi. I could be saying it wrong. I'm privy to him. This is a dude that can cure everything. It talks about curing cancer. Talks about healthy things you can do. The one thing I remember he saying some shit like you ain't supposed to eat broccoli and shit. That was one thing I was just like, I don't know if I agree with that shit or not, but I do. I have heard of it, brother, and he out here curing shit. Out here curing shit, and they don't really want him to. Right, Mr. Leroy. I talked about that. I talked about the different types of the paid and non-paid coon. There are two different types of coons. There are some that do it for free. Just ignorance. They don't have a choice. This is what they've been taught. Or either they just hate their own people. Probably was picked on, ostracized, couldn't get no pussy, couldn't get no dick, hurt, heartbroken by their own people. So, I feel like there's all types of those people do it for free. They don't care. They didn't like black people when they was coming up. They gave them a hard time. So when they get older, they're going to continue on hating their own people. But then again, black people are responsible for raising or making those type of coons too, because we sit around and pick on people. We teach our kids to pick on people. We don't teach them to value anything or judge people based on anything but material. How someone looks. If their hair isn't as nice, or if their clothes aren't as expensive, their shoes, we don't stop our children from picking on them. We don't stop that. Those people that get picked on will fuck around and grow up hating their own people. Straight up. But we don't do anything to stop that. We should be teaching our children to not pick on other children based on economic, whether you be poor or anything like that. You shouldn't pick on anyone for that. That should be something we whoop an ass for. That should be something that we whoop an ass for. But we don't. We pick on people with our kids for not having material things. For real. Some don't get picked on. Some of them just kind of gravitate towards, hanging out with white folk, and white folk they gonna check. Now, one thing about white folk, when they hang with a black person, they're gonna check that black person. They're gonna check that black person to see exactly how black that person is, how pro-black they are. They're gonna say a little slick shit. And if that black person just jumps in like, yeah, them motherfuckers, those black people, if they, start that type of, that type of rhetoric, then that white person knows this black person has no self-respect, and I can say anything I want around this black person about black people, and they won't do shit about it. They're not going to check me or anything. So they can be friends with that black person. You're not going to find too many, groups of white people that hang out with a black person, and that black person is on some, no, y'all motherfuckers not going to be on no bullshit around me with that shit, because I'll cuss you the fuck out. And we don't have to be friends. So those are typically the kinds of black people that white folk gonna hang out with. Straight up. Y'all, it's 11 o'clock. I didn't even realize. I told myself I wasn't going to do but an hour show tonight. I done talked to y'all for 2 fucking hours. I got to get off here. I got to go to work in the motherfucking morning. Yes. A fucking laborer. A worker. One of the people that Obama and all these other fucking presidents, they will address us all the fucking time, but we still working, tired as hell, trying to pay these fucking overpriced ass bills out here. They did not deal with the cost of living at the State of the Union address. He did talk about minimum wage, but they're not talking about the cost of living. I don't feel like you are being forthcoming about the entire situation, which is why I don't fuck with State of the Union address to begin with, because they don't talk about the big picture. They don't talk about the whole picture. They don't talk about it at all. So understand that. I don't fuck with Obama. I'm not going to fuck with the next president. I'm not going to fuck with politics at all. We'll always be on here trying to wake people up about, make people think about what's really going on with politics, what's really going on out here in the world. And as far as this dude fucking his daughter, we're going to see how this story pans out. I'm sure I'll be making a video about it whenever all the details get in here. I'm going to talk about that shit again. We're going to deal with that as well. Y'all already know what it is, though. Go to the description box. Follow me everywhere. Add me everywhere. My second Facebook page is up right now. I still got plenty of friend slots. So if you want to come get in on that, come get in with me on that while I still got the slots available. My other page is down for 11 more days. And I know as soon as I get back on there, it'll be shut down again. So y'all just follow me everywhere. So that way y'all ain't missing shit. All right. See y'all next Wednesday. Mad love to everybody that showed up and showed love. Mad love for everybody to engage in the conversation with me. All right. See y'all next Wednesday at 9. I'm out.